Hello guys, and we are live. How's it going this week? It's just me and Silven here at the minute. Say hi, Silven.
Hello everyone.
Shannon shall be joining us in a little bit, I'm afraid. So, haha.
Well, day for a while.
So it's just, you just have just Maven for, I don't know how long it'll be, so we're just gonna sort of go crazy here. Anyway, I'm gonna start with, quickly before I forget, someone asked us about the show being a spoiler-free show, if it was spoiler-free or if it contained spoilers, and I think most people know by now that we're not spoiler-free, but we have a plan, don't we?
Yep.
What we're going to do is the first hour of Profound Radio will be spoiler-friendly, so we shall do all of our covers of the week's spoilers and what's happening, what's going to come up. And then the second hour will be basically our meta talk and covering things that have already happened, so it'll be spoiler-free, so you can join in the second hour, which is so cool. So yeah. So how are you this week, Silvan?
Oh, I am all good, it's kind of hell week for art students. Painting stuff, drawing stuff, all week long.
See, that's alright for you. I've been writing porn all day, so...
Yeah, I've been drawing butts all day.
Wow, we have had such a fantastic, productive day.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, we shall dive straight in, I think, because we have had one hell of a week, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And we shall start, I think, with our beautiful sneak peek that we had. Yep. Did you scream? Because I screamed.
My jaw falls on the floor regularly this season, especially, I can feel them going where I legitimately wasn't even hoping they would go.
I know, I just like...
You're kind of like, is this happening? Are they really doing this?
It's just Dean's look, it's just like, we have Shipper Sam, and Dean just looking like, oh shit, he is onto me, and I'm just like, this is out of a fanfiction, this is actually... out of a fanfiction.
You can literally see it on Dean's face where he's like, first it's a terrified look like, oh crap! Then he looks at Sam and he's like, oh, he knows, doesn't he? And then he's looking down like, oh crap.
It's just like, and just that Castiel can hear everything they're saying, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be good, because if they ever have a conversation, I bet Castiel will be listening in. And that's just, yes. But,
Cass.
Yeah. Put the ass in Cass, eh?
And Dean, seriously, put the ass in Cass, and the funny thing is that it doesn't feel the same as something, like, Cass, get out of my ass. No, this feels something like Dean would actually say.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like that kind of crude, nasty kind of queer baiting.
No,
but at the same...
it's sort of teasing, isn't it? Sort of, it's Dean just being like, wow, there's something wrong with my friend and he's not normally an ass, but...
Yeah. But, wow, Dean, you're really fixating on butts.
Yeah, I know. This theme keeps going, doesn't it? He is still fixating on asses. I'm just like, Dean, do you want to tell us something? It's just like, oh my god. But someone asked, how does Sam know Dean's been praying? So, I think Sam's sort of been going to, sort of check up on him, but he sort of stops at the door because Dean's talking.
Yeah, but I mean, Sam asked Dean about Cass, and Dean said he's not answering. It figures that Dean has been praying. Like, what else are you supposed to answer? I mean, he could be answering his cell phone, theoretically, but praying is much more likely.
Yeah, but I mean, I have sort of this headcanon that Sam's sort of maybe overheard a few of these prayers, and that's why he's sort of looking a bit like, Dean, do you want to say something at the minute? Do you really want to tell me what's going on?
Yeah.
But I think that's so cute.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if I imagine something like Dean coming out to Sam ever, it's really this kind of situation where Dean is terrified and Sam is just like, what took you so long, dude? I'm fine with it.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. I can't believe they're going there. It's like every sneak peek and episode we get, I'm just sat there like, I can't believe you're going there.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Yes!
It's just...
I'm speechless, starting all the way with the emotional scenes we got in the beginning of the season, and all the way to here.
Yeah, and you've got the hug, and you've got and the flirting with Aaron, and it's like, it's everything we want, and I'm waiting for it to go bad at the minute. I'm waiting for it to sour.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, they are gonna have to fix Dean so that they can break him later on.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's just like, they're gonna put Dean really high, aren't they? And then they're just gonna be like, no, you're not having that, and then they're just gonna destroy his life again, and I'm just like, poor baby.
Well, that's what Supernatural does. It takes your dreams and crushes them.
Yeah, it does. It does. But yeah, hang on. I've got... Oh, I do believe Shannon's online. Hang on.
I am.
Hello, Shannon. How's it
Hi,
going?
Shannon.
I just got home.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's good.
It's good. It's good. We were just saying just about the sneak peek and how we all screamed and how this can't be happening.
Yeah.
Can't be. But quickly just coming on to Sam in that sneak peek, and he was coughing or trying to hold back a cough, so things are even getting worse for Sam.
Yeah. He doesn't look good either.
No.
He's pretty pale and, just generally looking sickly.
Yeah, he's not doing good at all. Oh, can I quickly just say, if the radio cuts out, I'm really sorry, but we've been having internet problems this week, so hopefully we're fine. Hopefully we'll get through 2 hours.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can.
Occasionally, you guys might hear, at some point, you guys might hear a knock on my door and an old woman's voice. My grandma is coming and she has to stay in my room, so you might hear her talk every so often.
That's fine. I'm sure.
Well, that's
I'm sure
fine.
Yeah.
Cute old ladies.
Anyway, we had a question last week that we didn't really get to answer, and Shannon, you're back just in time actually for this. I hope you have it prepared.
Yeah.
After the interview that showed a few clips from the episode, does Meg's DL make you nervous? I know Jim said it wouldn't happen, but the way it was phrased and the ellipses make me wonder if that was the whole truth. And that was from Anon. Here we go. So
Can I start this?
Yes, you can. You can.
Meg's DL does not worry me at all because, first of all, I don't think Jim would have said that it wasn't going to happen because he knows how the fans look at his tweets. I really just think the ellipses were sort of just there. I don't think they really meant anything. I genuinely think that he meant it when he said Meg's DL wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried. And besides, Meg's a skank, so nothing's going to happen.
Oh, shout out to you and Meg.
It's an obligatory weekly thing. It just has to be slipped in each week.
Shannon, I'm starting to think that you're not actually Satan, but Crowley. I mean,
oh, can I just say hello to
makes a lot of
Destiny
sense.
Destiny Light's here. I thought you weren't going to be here today. But they said that Sam should sleep with Meg. And yes, Sam should sleep with Meg. Castiel should hug Meg. And yeah.
And
yeah.
Dean should get attached to Meg, and then... Okay, but no, really. I am not worried about Meg's DL either, because... Really, again, yeah, I wouldn't think that he would just flat out say no. If it was actually a possibility, and I don't think that the ellipsis really eliminates... Who's doing that?
I think
Shannon.
It's
Shannon!
What am I doing?
You've
What?
got an echo, I think.
Oh.
Turn the sound off!
It's fine.
You're doing your thing again!
But no, I don't have the live stream on.
No,
it might
you've
just
got
be
an echo.
because...
Really?
It's
That's
weird.
weird. It's not me for sure. I have the sound off.
We're sorted now. We're sorted. But yeah.
Okay, and yeah. I'm not worried about Max DL. I don't think the ellipsis meant that, no didn't really mean no.
Mm.
And, yeah, and again, I mean, I really don't think MaxTL in general is any kind of threat to DesTL, because, I mean, come on, it's one episode drama, as opposed to 4+ seasons of developing a relationship where it's really becoming clear that they're at least considering really, really going there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it makes me a bit nervous, as in, I don't completely trust the writers not to screw it up. But I won't sit happy until she's dead. And then I'll be fine.
I feel like if the writers do try to do something with Castiel and Meg, then it's going to end badly. Like, I think I was talking to someone earlier in the week when we were talking about Meg Steele, and we were talking that maybe something starts with Meg Steele, but Meg ends up dying abruptly.
Yeah.
Somehow or some way, because that could have been what he meant. Like, maybe, like, that could have been the whole meaning behind the tweet. Maybe Meg Steele could start, but then something happens and it just completely ends. I don't think Meg needs to die in order for Meg Steele to just happen. I just think Megan Castiel need to just... It needs to be stated on screen that neither of them have any sort of feelings for one another.
Gabby, I'm currently laughing at Gabby. They wouldn't kill her off after all these seasons. You're watching Supernatural. They kill everyone.
They killed off Bobby.
They killed off Bobby. They killed off their own father. They killed off everyone. So Meg's certainly not safe, and neither's Crowley, which makes me really, really sad because I love Crowley more than anything.
Oh god, I love Crowley so much.
I've had such a Crowley week. I've just been sitting here just like, oh my god, it just, like, he does things to me.
I drew Crowley, and I'm not done drawing him yet, but again, I will say, when I'm finished with his portrait, I'm gonna kiss the portrait and ask it for canon DesTL. We got this, guys. I mean, in about 10 years, I'm probably screwed, but you know.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it,
Maybe I can take a picture.
I'll be back, guys. My mom is calling me.
It's fine, it's fine.
Sorry.
And yeah, Meg is the only female who's, like, still alive after so long, 'cause, like, Joe's dead. But can I just say, Meg killed Joe, so it is about time that bitch died. So, I'm super
oh god, Joe!
No, I miss Joe so much. I'm just
miss
like,
Joe so
and
much.
Ellen, I really, really loved Ellen, and I'm just like, why did they die? Why?
It was terrible. My face was a waterfall during that whole episode.
I know, it's the only episode that makes me cry. It just makes me sob endlessly through the whole episode, because I know what's coming, so I'm just like, oh my god, this is terrible. So yeah, anyway, moving on, because we've had quite a spoilery week this week. Oh yeah, and one of the big things we had was Misha at the convention at the Emerald City Comic Con saying that a line was cut where Dean says, "Cass, I love you." Woo! Obviously, yeah, we all took it with a pinch of salt at first, I think, didn't we?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and then we were sort of like, and then we had a report, like a private report, that we cannot name because it's not fair, and they said that actually in a serious conversation with Misha, that he actually, before the panel, that he said the line was cut.
Yep.
And then after that, sort of the panel feels like a bit of a cover-up, to be honest. Like, oh, lol, just joking. So, yeah.
I just say that, with Misha, I really kind of feel bad for Misha with people saying that we should never, never, never take him seriously, even, not the stuff at the panel, because he does troll and he trolls a lot, but after that report, you know, someone saying that he did say it seriously, like in a serious conversation, actually related to LGBT topics, and people are still saying that he couldn't have said it seriously. Guys, Misha has expressed, you know, actual hurt feelings about the fact that people see him as this truly bitch persona who could never be serious about anything, when in fact he does have, you know, feelings, and he's extremely compassionate and kind, and he can actually totally be serious with fans, and he feels a lot for us, and he feels a lot for LGBT issues. He really does.
Yeah.
So guys, he can totally be serious about these things. You can't expect him to always be serious about them. In a panel where people ask him what he would do for a Klondike bar, but in private, to people, totally be serious about these things.
Yeah, it's just hi. We're just talking about the I love you spoiler.
Yep.
Oh gosh, there's been so much stuff about the I love you spoiler this week. Oh Jeebus.
It's just I think he covered it up, trying to make it like a joke, but I think initially he was very serious about it. I really do.
I think so too.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know who said that. Sorry.
Serious.
Yeah.
I mean, he really totally can be serious about this stuff, and I mean, then again, guys, we don't know the context.
No.
It's
that's
really
true.
If there was some kind of context that really made it sound really impossible, I would trust that. But people have said lines in Supernatural that you take them out of context, and no one would have ever thought that,
Yes.
they would say a show like this.
For example, Cass, get out of my ass, and the last person who looked like that, I got laid.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then Anon-Esther's, in what context do you think the I love you line was supposed to have been said? I'm not sure.
The only thing I can say is definitely not in the kind of context where it would go in some sort of romantic movie or anything like that.
No.
I do think that for Dean to actually say something like this, there would need to be some such major reason for it. Like, I don't know, Cass is dying or something.
Yeah.
Something of this magnitude.
I think it was someone in the group who was talking about the Dean was possibly saying "I love you" to Cass to get him out of the trance, out of some kind of trance that Naomi could have on him.
Yeah. That's also actually a good option, and I actually would love that because this is a kind of dire situation.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just, I really do think it was cut, and I think they cut it because it wasn't quite right at the time. Like, Dean isn't ready for it yet. I have this headcanon that Jensen was the one who said, guys, we have to cut this because Dean wouldn't say that at this point in time.
There's kind of two opinions about this, I've noticed. There's people who are like, okay that they cut it and glad that they even went there because we think they cut it because it was like not in character at the time or too much, and there are people who are like really upset because they think that they're not gonna go there now. And I just more than anything think that, guys, if they cut it, I don't think they cut it because they didn't want to go into Destiel territory. I think they cut it because it just didn't fit at the time. Maybe it's too soon. Maybe it just wasn't right.
Yeah, just not right for Dean, I think.
I feel like any sort of emotional thing like that with Dean really probably won't fit him for a while. So I feel like people who are constantly saying, oh, they cut out the I love you part because they didn't want Destiel, or oh, they did it because it would be awkward. I kind of agree with the people who say that it would be awkward because,
it would.
Come on, Dean's not the type of person to just say I love you, even if it's some kind of really bad situation.
I can raise everyone's moods, by the way. Because I can raise everyone's mood, by the way, because Dean wouldn't actually say I love you because Dean isn't vocal about his emotions. So just because they cut the line doesn't mean Dean isn't gonna say it somehow. So
and then again, there is also another interesting element to it, and it's kind of that Dean has had a lot of character development lately, and he is getting better about these things, and Cass is kind of Dean's exception, and I don't mean in terms of sexuality, by the way. I do think that he's just, legitimately bisexual, but, that if, with all the character development we've seen, I could actually see someday him saying something like this, but what I'm trying to say here is that maybe they just replace it with some sort of action or word that would convey a similar thing. But that is just not, I love you.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, one thing I didn't put in the schedule that I needed to cover was the shot of Dean on the floor, unconscious, we believe isn't from episode 17, it's from episode 18 because of his clothes, which is that disappointing or is that good?
I can't understand what you're saying, Maple.
You know, we had the shot in the promo of Dean on the floor and we thought Castiel had hurt him. It was the red shot, yeah. Apparently that's from episode 18 instead of episode 17. People deduced it because of the clothes Dean was wearing.
Well, I kind of don't see that as a bad thing, because that means that Dean's not, like, getting murdered.
True.
I mean, yeah. I do see that as a good thing either, and I was honestly very surprised to see him lying on the floor when I actually didn't notice the different clothes, because if they were, we know they're doing like a fight between Dean and Cass, but I never expected Cass to like knock Dean unconscious, because watching both of their reactions is going to be important.
Yeah.
And Dean is kind of not reacting when he's unconscious. It kind of didn't fit. For me, I was like, but no, if they're gonna have it, they're probably gonna have, Dean conscious and saying stuff to Cass.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna show people this. Hang on a second. Okay, so we have, yes, 90% positive that Dean won't be knocked out in the next episode. He's only wearing 2 layers in the screenshot below. The shirt he was wearing in the screenshot buttons up at the top. So yeah, the shot of Dean on the ground is from 8:18, not 8:17. So the question is, who knocks Dean unconscious in 8:18?
I guarantee you it's an angel.
I mean, is that the vampire episode?
Is it the vampire episode?
Oh, because it's Chrissy, isn't it? Is episode 18 the one with Chrissy in it?
Oh yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah, that's
I think
the
it's
vampire one then.
Yeah, then that's the vampire one.
Yeah.
Wait, is she a vampire? Is she a vampire? I've been kind of low on, so I haven't.
No, she's a hunter from. I mean, at least from what we know.
She was a hunter, but from some of the screenshots that I've seen, it looked like she was working with the bad guys.
No, I think it's something like she is in a home for children who have lost their parents to vampires, I think. And this guy who's in charge teaches them how to kill vampires.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's apparently what it is. Obviously, Dean's going to have a moral collision here and just be like, what? But
yeah.
Well,
would not like that.
No. Is Benny in that episode? When's Benny back?
I could Google it really quick.
Yeah, I don't know when. I know he's going to ask Benny for help, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is when he's gonna be there. Man, I'm really glad to see Chrissy actually, because I wasn't expecting that she would be back.
Yeah.
Oh, so awesome! Such an amazing character.
Yeah, he's back in episode 19 apparently. Followers say so. Apparently, there's a mention of Castiel as well in episode 19, and then Castiel's back in episode 20 for the rest of the season. Woo! So
yeah, and episode 19 is the one that's supposed to make us very, very happy for some reason, with some sort of reference to 8:17.
And in episode 19, Dean meets Naomi. And, he's going to be pissed, isn't he?
I can't wait to see what he does to that girl. God. I'm going to enjoy whatever they end up doing to her.
I know.
I hope they kill her slow and painfully.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, I don't think Naomi's meant to be bad. I think she is. I think we're meant to hate her. I really do.
I don't think we're saying she's not meant to be bad.
Yeah. I don't think we're meant to like her, but I also don't think she is the big bad.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I think whoever she's working for is probably the big bad.
Yeah. I have a feeling that they may or may not do something to make her a great character, and then we're gonna be like, oh, but we like her, and then they're gonna kill her. But that is what to do.
I think a big problem is with characters is I've just saw someone say don't diss Amanda Tapping. Here's the thing. Amanda Tapping is amazing. Naomi is not so amazing. And it's sort of trying to blur the line between sort of actor and character. And just because the actor's amazing doesn't necessarily mean the character is.
I actually think she's amazing for being able to act as cold and as vicious as Naomi actually is.
Yeah.
I love Amanda Tapping. She has become one of the most hated characters in Supernatural, and she's still pretty freaking awesome either way.
And she's only had about, probably 10 minutes screen time altogether, and she's made us hate her that much in that time. That is skill.
That takes real talent, and I mean, the way she manages to be creepy while using, such a small, small amount of, action and facial expression and just, it's really something.
The one thing that really bugs me about Naomi is her freaking eyes. Have y'all noticed that? How dead her eyes are?
Yeah, that is amazing.
There's angels, then there's Naomi.
Yeah.
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 They're like dead fish eyes.
It's like when Castiel had the Leviathan in him, and Misha's eyes were just totally dead. And
he had the same dead fish eyes, exactly.
Yeah, and this is like it with Naomi, so... I mean, we had that discussion, is Naomi being controlled as well? Is she being mind-controlled? And it's just, how many levels is there here? It's like Inception.
Yeah, because
I guarantee you that she's... I have a question. Wasn't it released a while back that Metatron was going to be in the show?
Yes, Metatron is going to be in the show.
Because I feel like if she's working under anybody or she's working with anybody, it's most likely going to be Metatron because her job is to find the tablets.
Yeah.
Which means I feel like Metatron's probably going to end up being the big bad.
And she is definitely taking orders from someone because she looks not angry when the angel tablet's in danger, but she looks terrified when the angel tablet's in danger. She
looks and feels like a marionette.
Yeah.
Like exactly like that.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone during that entire Civil War that it was probably just a sort of way. I feel like the entire Civil War in season 6. I really hope that they kind of go back to that as to how it affected Heaven. I really feel like they should really bring that back and talk about it more. And I want it to be sort of used as by the other angels like Naomi as sort of a distraction while they try to manipulate things under everyone else. I feel like... Wait, were you about to say something?
Oh yeah, and I want to say that I would love for them to actually show Heaven again, because we haven't seen it in such a long time, and there's definitely, a lot of potential there in terms of somehow restoring it or doing something with it. Heaven is so unexplored. It would really be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I mean, Heaven's pretty empty at the minute, isn't it? Because, Castiel killed off all the people who wouldn't follow him, and Raphael killed off all the people who wouldn't follow him. And then how many are left? There can't be that many left. I mean, there can't be that many angels. So, how are they going to repopulate Heaven? Do you think the angel tablet allows you to resurrect dead angels? Or
I wanted to. Please, can it do that?
Gabriel!
I don't think it lets you revive angels. I think it teaches you how to make new angels.
Yeah.
Gabriel!
Just imagine.
I'm really...
Yeah, so I was going to say, just imagine, you can breed new angels, but they sort of take on the form of old angels, so it's sort of a resurrection, but also a rebirth. That'd be cool. Yeah.
I really want to, if they go that route and you can make new angels, I want to see the process of an angel being made. Because I can almost guarantee you it's going to involve human souls.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Because they're going to need power, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but wait.
I don't even think it's going to be power. I'm thinking that they're going to have to sort of erase a human soul into the form of an angel. Since they don't have God anymore.
Oh. But wait, logically, God made angels first and then humans? So,
Curious. Maybe they're made out of stars and human souls as power. There you go.
But yeah, souls do seem to be sort of like a universal source of power.
They are, yeah. I mean, it powered up Castiel, so that suggests that...
Apparently you can use them for a lot of stuff, but maybe you can't... I mean... Oh god, this is gonna be a really, really weird comparison, but imagine, like... Graces are kind of like eggs, as in, like, in ovaries. As in, like, there's a finite amount of them, and you can't make them out of anything else. And maybe, like, the angel tablet lets you somehow, like, tap into that or something.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
God, that's a really weird comparison, but I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I'd be curious. It's like, what can the angel tablet do? I mean, what the,
I mean, the most obvious simple version would be that it closes up heaven, but that's kind of, you know...
A whole tablet just for that?
Yeah, but I mean, it's more interesting to speculate. I mean, then again, you know, if it just closed heaven, what kind of practical use? I mean, God made those tablets, right? I mean, Metatron wrote them down, what God told him. So, like, God and Satan don't play for the same team. Why would God make a tablet that closes heaven? It would make sense for him to make one that closes hell, because he does not particularly, you know, enjoy his relationship with Lucifer. But one that closes heaven is just why? Some sort of, like, in case of emergency type of thing?
I don't know. I mean, what I gathered was towards Metatron's, like, the end of his work, it seemed like he was sort of doing his own thing. So maybe he made the angel tablet as sort of a emergency off switch. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like they were probably... Like, you know how there was supposed to be that war between angels and demons at sort of the end of creation during the apocalypse?
Yeah.
I feel like they probably created the angel tablet just in case the demons and Lucifer were winning, so they could seal off heaven to keep Lucifer from getting in.
Can I just quickly, Kirsty in the chat, what do you think the heaven tablet does? She said it thinks it does something worse than close the gates of heaven. I don't want to think about that. I mean, what could it do? Destroy Earth? Or... That'll make sense.
Destroy every angel in existence.
Yeah, oh god.
Castiel!
Oh,
no! Oh, no. Right, so, the demon tablet makes demon bombs, closes the gates of hell.
Yeah.
Do we know what else it can do?
What if it taught you to make, like, angel blades?
Oh,
Wouldn't
yeah.
that be like, if they figured out how to do that, maybe they could make everyone an angel blade, so then they could be like the ultimate weapon. Other than, you know, the Purgatory Axe.
Because, like, Ruby's knife, it has special powers, so maybe, like, how to make demon weapons is on the demon tablet, so you can kill demons. And maybe the angel tablet's the same, so you could make something that kills angels. Maybe it contains, like, different banishing spells, angel traps, maybe things like that. Ooh, that's
yeah. But I do, again, wonder about the practical value of it. Because, you know, someone who's supposed to be an angel making a tablet where it says every way you can murder an angel... That's kind of like, I would take it to my grave if I knew.
Yeah.
Well, it is the word of God, and it seems like, and Metatron's not really the one who wrote this. God is the one who wrote this. Metatron just wrote it down for him. So I'm thinking that God did all this just in case things got a little bit too bad, you know?
Well, maybe God knew he would leave. So
maybe he did, because he is omniscient, omnipotent, so...
Yeah.
He probably knew everything was going to happen.
Yeah, maybe it was like, well, I'm going to leave in the future, and I don't trust this dick angel Raphael that I made to make sure things work okay, so here's an emergency switch if it all goes wrong. So...
Yep.
Curious.
Does God still bestow prophets with their power, or do angels do that?
There's a list, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a list.
But I keep on wondering if God's the one that actually bestows them power.
Did you read Have you read Named?
I haven't read Named.
In that, they said that every prophet that, like, this was their headcanon, I think, that every prophet that would ever be in existence was already decided by God, and it was written down somewhere.
Yep, I actually think so too. I mean, there is a list, and I think that the powers kind of transfer themselves.
Yeah. Also,
Because
also Named said that every person who would be God was named too, or something like that. I don't know, Dean ended up as God or something, I don't know.
I should read it, sounds good.
It's good. So yeah.
Oh, Dina, I'm thinking about Dina as God now.
It's pretty funny, I
think if Dina was God, heaven would be a diner. Big, huge diner.
Just full of pie.
Out of pecan pie.
But yeah, so yeah, I think there's a list of prophets. So.
Yeah, there is a list. We definitely know that because, yeah, Crowley was aware of that list and Castiel was as well.
But maybe the angels only become aware of the next set of prophets when that generation comes around, but God already knew who was going to be prophets. Maybe.
Yeah.
I was just God. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, God should definitely know who's going to be prophets. I do think that it's kind of predestined altogether.
Yeah.
So, like, God knows all the prophets that are to come.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if the power transfers itself, then it's kind of invalid. But if God's the one who bestows the power to the new prophets every time one dies, then maybe he's the one that gave Kevin the power to read the Word of God, so that it could help the Winchesters.
Yeah, that's something I was curious about, because they have different abilities, don't they? Because, like, Chuck could predict what was happening for the Winchester Gospel, and Kevin can read tablets, but he can't predict what's happening. So, is it predetermined? Because obviously God knows everything that's going to happen ever. So is it predetermined who will get what, and he's just disappeared and gone for a coffee and just left it to it, or what?
That's interesting. That yet again brings us to the question of God's agenda.
Yeah.
Because, we still kind of don't know. We know that God is kind of like a really bad dad who left his creation alone. But then again, we really don't know why and what his agenda is in the whole thing.
Yeah. Anyway, do you guys think Chuck is God?
I am on the fence.
Yeah.
I think that Chuck was a vessel for God.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this last time. I feel like all prophets are probably sort of chosen as
vessels
the people who communicate the Word of God, but they're also vessels for God whenever He's on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be that, but with Chuck kind of disappearing like that, it is a thing, I'm pretty sure it says so in the Bible, that, like, prophets are transferred kind of directly to heaven.
Yeah, when their job
kind of raised. Yeah, they're kind of raised there after they've done, their business, and it would make sense for that to happen as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they sort of confirmed that Chuck was God at some point, because, there's all this teasing at conventions about how he's God, and it's just like, I don't know whether they're actually being serious with it. I sort of hope they are, because then God hits Sam Winchester with a plunger, and
I would also like that, because it kind of provides us with at least some sort of information about God's agenda. And it doesn't make you look like that much of a dick. I just think that it would be kind of cliche to make, like, God the big bad.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I've read fanfics where God is the big bad, but I don't think he is in this case. I think Metatron might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Metatron sounded like, because he left a goodbye note, didn't he? And he just sounded sort of pissed in that goodbye note, and I was just like, yeah, he's totally just had enough of heaven, and he's probably coming back for his revenge now. So that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the hierarchy of heaven, of Supernatural 7, was probably like God, then if God left, then it was the archangels, and now that all the archangels are gone, then it's probably going to be one of his most trusted advisors, which would be Joshua, but I don't know what the hell happened to Joshua, so I think that Metatron is now running heaven.
Yeah, Joshua's in the garden. I think he's had enough of it.
Joshua's in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, I give no fucks, I'm gonna plant my flowers.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, someone asked a question that was really good and I've totally forgotten it now. Hang on, I'm just going to scroll back and find it.
Stephanie asked if we think Metatron is a good guy. Do you think we can all agree that Metatron is probably the big bad?
Yeah, I think he might be. Yeah.
Yeah, it is likely, unless they're planning some sort of other dramatic revelation where they're gonna reveal the real big bad. Which, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, can I say that I do think Chuck's coming back at some point.
I hope so, I love Chuck.
Because they mentioned him, and that's sort of like, it's always such foreshadowing when they mention someone out of the blue, and you're just like, oh yeah, they're probably going to come back now. It's like they mentioned Metatron right at the beginning of the season, and now I find out he's coming into it, so... Oh, yeah, someone asked if Metatron will be someone we know. I think it's a whole different new character. I don't think we know him.
Probably.
Yeah.
I do think it's a new character.
Go, Shannon.
Wait.
Yeah, you talk. I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, okay, I was just saying, I really kind of hope that either Metatron or God ends up dying at the end of the season, and then next season it's going to be a sort of war for the throne of heaven. Like, you're going to have the Winchesters who are fighting to make sure no baddies get the throne of heaven. You're going to have all of the pagan gods on one side, and then you're going to have Crowley on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's going to be just this three-way war, and I really think that would be cool to see more gods pop up in the show.
That is an awesome idea, actually, because we're coming into 2014 now. So, what if God dies, everything goes to hell, we have a whole new apocalypse in a different style. Cass is falling at the end of the season, we pretty much know that. I mean, they haven't even spoiled it, but it's coming, let's face it.
Oh god. I really don't think he's going to be like 2014 Cass, though.
He's not.
In first Cass, they would not do that to us.
You know, one good reason why I don't think he's going to end up like that is because of Dean, and Dean saw what happened in 2014, and I don't think he would ever let that happen to Castiel again. So,
Nope.
No.
I don't want Fallen Cass.
Oh, but it's going to be sweet. Just think of all the new stories they could do with it. It's going to be quite
I love the angelic nature.
Yeah. I think he's still going to be an angel dick, though, even when he's fallen.
I mean,
think of how
I
it will be whenever he's learning to be a hunter, and Dean has to teach him how to use a gun and stuff and all that.
And how to patch up his own
That's
wounds.
cute. I love his angelic stuff more than that.
You know what I love? I love his angelic dick waving. It's the most epic thing ever. He's just like, it just really does things to me. It's like I'm asexual, but I can really appreciate the angelic dick waving. I really can.
I think my favorite quote so far is one that hasn't even been in an episode yet. I can hear you, I'm a celestial being.
Oh god.
Yes. The sass is back, isn't it? No, my favourite quote has to be when Sam says that he'll kill Castiel, and he's just like, oh, will you, boy? And I'm just like, oh, God.
Top Cass.
Top Gas. It's just like...
It's like Top Cass out of a fanfic. I mean...
It is, isn't it? It's just like, I want him to say something like that to Dean, and then Dean just jump his bones and just...
Totally, I mean... And Dean would love that too. He's like, he has this really obvious thing showing all the time where he really likes being dominated in bed. It's really obvious with it.
Oh dear.
Like every time I see that gift set of Dean being pushed onto the bed, I think of that song that This Boy Is a Bottom or something. I
reblogged that the other day. It's great.
Yeah, I know. Caleb linked it to me, and I listened to it, and now I've been singing "This Boy Is a Bottom" all
You two are gross. Oh my god.
I know, you're so gross. It's disgusting.
If you people don't follow both of them, you should. They're like so gross to the point of having like matching icons.
I know. They've got cat whiskers on their icons. It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, I've been talking to Caleb all day, and I'm just like, oh my god, you just.
You're so gross. Like,
y'all are just jealous.
Yeah, because Hey, no, we had pornography drawn of us this week, so...
we have porn. We have porn.
Yeah, and then Gemma wrote porn, that was canon porn, and then us making out in bridesmaid dresses, that's obviously cool. So, yeah. Anyway, okay. I'm going to swiftly move on now. Did we talk about Purgatory coming up, and sort of, I think I had a few ideas about this week, because we saw screenshots that look, well, photos that look like they're going back into purgatory now. Again.
Yeah.
So are they getting sent back?
Being thrown back in there for defying Naomi.
It's possible.
And then the next season, I really hope that happens.
Yeah.
Like that Cass gets thrown into purgatory, and then like the first half of next season is Dean and Sam going into purgatory to find Cass.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't it be awesome? Just like a whole half season just devoted to purgatory, just everyone in purgatory. That'd be amazing.
And they fight more than freaking vampires in Leviathan.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. I love Purgatory. Everything about it, the scenery, the atmosphere, how they do it, it's definitely a thing that didn't get explored enough, and I would really, really love them to take the action there again. Again, same as Heaven. It would be really awesome if they really concentrated more on this stuff. Like, I understand why they need fillers, but if they actually related fillers to Heaven and to Purgatory, it would kind of really tie stuff in, I think, and yeah, I would just really love to see more about how everything in Purgatory works, you know?
Yeah, I'm really curious. Is it just like an endless forest? Or is it like a planet? Or is it just like a plane? Like it's like a box? Or is it like Heaven with various different areas? Or how does Purgatory work? Because haven't people been saying there's a central river or something, and that makes, if you sit like long enough, you forget everything or something? I don't know.
I really, really wish that it could be... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's a fun thing if they could meet someone they'd met on Earth before in Purgatory, and it could be like a really fun way of bringing back old characters.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a thought, right? I started writing a fanfic, and it was like a Nephilim fanfic, and Castiel went into Heaven, and basically Bobby, Ellen, Joe, and Ash, all that lot, helped him give birth. It's not gross, it's not a gross Empreg thing, but just why can't we go into Heaven and just have all the old characters back, and they're all like, yeah, if we did that massive, you know, like we were saying, the massive apocalyptic Heaven, Hell, Earth war again, we could have all the old characters back, and they could all be fighting in Heaven. How cool would that be?
That would be awesome.
You know what I think would...
Oh my god, you talk.
Okay. I was just going to say, I think it'd be really cool if it was, if it was doing the whole Heaven thing. It was in season 10, and the war had gotten really, really bad. But the humans or the hunters have finally managed to put a dent in everything. And Sam and Dean and Cash are going in to fight the big bad.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they're like sort of making their way, and like as they're going, they're sort of getting this. It's sort of like a Harry Potter thing where they're sort of getting the pep talks from everyone that's died, sort of going down and making sure and giving them their energy and their power. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, Caleb says he wants the last big fight to happen in Heaven so we can have everyone back.
Yeah, and I do think that the Hell versus Heaven conflict is one of the best kinds of conflict for major arcs in Supernatural. At least, like, watching the show, I found it to be the most, interesting and most fun, despite the fact that it's kind of, like, classic biblical mythology. It did appeal to me more than the whole Leviathan on Earth thing did, even though I did enjoy it in its own way.
Yeah.
But, like, Heaven versus Hell is, like, my favorite type of conflict, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just waiting for a massive all-out war, to be honest. That's all I want. I just want death and destruction. And yeah.
Oh god.
It's fine. But it's like...
I want to see death again.
Yeah!
Who wants to see death again?
I do.
I would love to see Death again. Death is like one of my favorite characters, even though he's only been in there for like how many episodes?
3 or 4, isn't it?
I think so.
He was in the one where they went to Chicago. Was it Chicago?
Yeah, it was Chicago.
The one where Dean had to be deaf for a day. The one where Dean... Is that the same one where Dean killed himself? I don't know. It's so complicated.
And then he was in that one in season 7 where they were trying to where they have
to chop death, yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, Stephanie says 3. I think that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 3.
But it's amazing. I love Death. I get to meet him in May because he's.
Oh my god, lucky you!
I know he's at Asylum 10. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be so fangirling over Death. That's so creepy.
Yeah. So much.
Oh, that's an interesting theory. Destilight says, what if the angel tablet can bring people back to life? That'd be cool.
Oh, like Mary.
Yeah.
Oh, what if Naomi finds the angel tablet and uses it against Dean and them by bringing back their loved ones and making them fight their...
Oh, that's gross. No.
Oh God.
That's so mean. It's bad enough with Castiel against them.
The question is,
Did you see Dean having to fight Mary?
No.
Oh God. No, no thank you.
And she'd probably
question
win
is,
too. There's no way Dean would be able to hurt her.
Yeah. I mean, wait, the question is though, if, so like the angel tablet is supposed to be Heaven's property, but Naomi doesn't know where it is.
Yeah.
Or is it just, that's kind of just weird and ticks me off, because, is it, wait, like, Crowley didn't know where the demon tablet was either, but the tablet were made by Heaven, so like, Heaven should know where they are, right?
Should, yeah. No?
No, they shouldn't. Because they weren't made for angels to look at. They were made for God and whoever he chose to read it.
God,
they're hidden
the prophets,
because they're not meant for angels.
Yeah.
God probably doesn't want angels touching these tablets because I'm pretty sure he knows how bad they can be.
Yeah, because basically, was it a line in the show or something where basically angels with free will, they just can't handle it. So,
yeah,
they just can't do it. They just destroy themselves. So, yeah, they're really not meant to read the tablet. But then there's a question, if Naomi isn't an angel, what is she and how does she know about the tablet? And just...
She's fate.
Yeah, I think she's fate. Yeah.
Naomi looking for the tablet is something that makes me question her allegiance more than anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because if she really was an angel, I don't think she would be looking for it quite as hard, unless she was looking for it just to protect it from, from Crowley.
Well, that's what she's saying, but I don't really believe her.
Yeah, I don't believe her either. I think she needs it for something.
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably working... I feel like she's probably working under an angel, but she herself is not an angel.
Yeah. I think she's working for Metatron, maybe, but I think she's a sister of fate. So
yeah, it's her being a sister of fate is a really good version, I think, because it also kind of makes a bit of sense with her eyes and her not being kind of human, because I don't think sisters of fate are supposed to be.
Or what if, because we haven't seen, because in each religion there's different archangels, we haven't seen all of the possible archangels yet. What if she's a new archangel? Because there's Kamail, Azrael, not Cassiel, because Cassiel's been changed into Castiel, who's now Seraph. But yeah, you've got quite a few, actually.
Yeah.
But haven't they already stated that there are only 3 archangels in this mythology?
4, technically. There's Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, and Lucifer.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Lucifer doesn't count.
Lucifer does, actually. He's just a fallen archangel, so...
Yeah, he's just a fallen archangel.
But yeah. Oh, the see-through thing, by the way, guys. Like, why is Naomi see-through? I think it was Jim who said on Twitter that it was just a lousy camera effect, basically. She wasn't meant to be see-through. He wished he had thought of that, but no, he didn't think of that. So, anyway, we are nearly going into our second half, so we're going to go sort of spoiler-free now, other than speculation. So, spoiler-free for the next hour. And can we just go on to the E-Online poll, which pisses me off because they're just taking advantage of the fandoms, but there is a link on our welcome screen if you guys want to type it in and go vote. I think we're 50-50 at the minute.
Yeah, we're somewhere around 50-50.
Yeah.
I want to boycott all polls.
Yeah, I know. They're just...
It's so tired. It's like this thing that we know doesn't always mean much, but we can't stop doing. The poll! Vote for the poll! Everyone go vote! Oh my god!
What if we all just stopped voting? Just sat there just like, no.
I still haven't voted. Like, I refuse to vote in any more polls. After all the freaking mess that was caused from that After Elton poll over the summer, I'm done.
I know.
Oh, dude, the After Elton poll. I remember it was in summer. I was working like a part-time job at a small cosmetic store that had a computer. I was sitting just on my job and voting and voting.
I came into the fandom literally just as that poll went up. So
Me too.
I was just like, what the fuck is happening? And everyone's just like going crazy, and I'm just like, I think I just want to leave again. It's terrible.
Towards the end, no one even paid attention to it.
No.
Because Misha had his baby.
Yeah. It's great. It's like nobody cared anymore.
Yeah.
I think we just let Steric win because we were just like, no, Misha's baby.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we kind of got tired because it was such a bloodbath for us in pretty much every kind of tour, you know, first against Wincest, and then against, what it was also, I think we were against Mike Shep, and then we were against Spurk also.
We were against John Locke.
Yeah.
We were against John Locke. It was such a bloodbath every time.
Yeah. I mean, we did okay till we got to Steric, and then I think our enemies started voting against us, and we're just like...
Oh yeah, everyone was like, everyone together, vote against STL! Don't let them win, blah blah blah.
Just like, why? Why are you bothered that much? Apparently, right, I saw a report of someone who ships Sastiel just to piss off Destiel shippers, and I'm just like, why go to that effort? Just
I really
piss
don't
me
understand.
off. It doesn't work.
I can't.
It kind of gives our fandom this reputation that we're like this army of fans, because every time Supernatural is in some sort of poll, everyone's like, vote!
It's just really weird for me, right?
Like an army with stags. Armed with...
I came into the fandom, and like I was loitering around Tumblr for a while actually, because I was still sort of an art equestrian blog, and I was like, oh wow, look at all this Destiel stuff. It must be like the most popular ship in Supernatural. Wow, that is all anyone ever goes on about. And then I joined the fandom, and it's basically a bloodbath because like the Wincest shippers are like, oh wow, you send death threats to Jared and his son, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Terrible.
I still can't get over that email we got in the Profound Bond at the team email.
Yeah.
That someone sent us an email telling us to stop sending death threats to Thomas Padalecki.
Yeah.
And I really got pissed off. I was like, okay, hold on a second, bitch.
Yeah.
I love Thomas Padalecki.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
will change your face.
I'm gonna say it again. The Padalecki family is my favourite celebrity family out there. Like,
Yes.
tops out. I love them.
Yes.
They're so cute.
For me, it's rivaled by the Collins family, and I mean, I do love Jensen and Daniil as well, but I mean, all of their families are amazingly beautiful, and I just really enjoy looking at them, and that they're so in love with their wives, and they have kids, and it's so beautiful!
I know, Jared just kills
Right?
me. The way he looks at Genevieve, I'm just like, that's not fair. You're
Oh
not
my
allowed to be
God.
that in love with someone. That's not fair.
He's like a teenage boy! I mean, Jesus Christ.
Did you see his
I feel
wedding
like their
pictures?
family makes my family look like a bunch of potatoes.
Same. It's just like, his wedding pictures look like a movie. It looks like this big, like, romantic movie, and I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
I look at my dad, and he's not really married, but he has a partner, and I'm just like, they just argue all the time and just insult each other, and I'm just like, why can't my family be perfect?
Oh,
my
gosh.
I
mum's
wonder
married to
how
a
an
gnome,
argument
so-
between Jin and Jared goes. I bet it's the funniest thing ever because she's so small compared to him.
Yeah, but
I bet
she's
she
also
always
so
wins.
feisty. But she's so feisty, and he's like a puppy. So I bet he just sort of cowers away. Just pulls a sad face until she stops.
I can totally see that.
I bet Misha and Vicky prank each other.
I bet they do. I bet they're terrible. I love those two so much. They just.
I
do
wonder if
so-
they're
I
like
love-
my parents.
God.
Huh?
I wonder if they're like my parents and they pay Wes to cuss each other out, to cuss the other one out.
I
My
bet Wes
parents-
does it of his own accord. Actually, I bet Wes.
Oh
does
my
it.
god, I reached 1,000 followers!
Woo! Party! Oh, I meant to ask you guys
Oh, sorry.
something. You know when
Yeah.
when the finale airs, I think I was talking to Gemma about this. We should do like a late night finale party.
We should!
Yeah, just like hours. of
Shit,
just-
totally.
Just all night finale party. Let's do it. That'd be amazing.
I don't know though, I might have
Yes.
school.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do it because I have no life.
Well, no,
If it's gonna be all night
out
for
of
you-
school, so never mind.
If it's gonna be all night for you, it's gonna be all
Day.
all day for me, actually. All morning for me. If actually you manage it with like class and stuff. When is the finale gonna air? Wait.
15th of May.
Many weeks.
Because it's 2 days before Asylum 10.
If it's at the end of May, then okay, super. I won't have class anymore.
It's the 15th of May because 2 days before Asylum 10. So Supernatural's going to end. Then I'm going to go to Asylum 10, and I'm just going to cling to Misha because I'm going to be so traumatized. Clearly, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's gonna be either right during my exams or right after. Let's hope I can make it.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of. Well, I've got one exam that I'm going to fail, so I don't even care anymore. Fuck it. I'm just like give up on life. Just Destiel is my life now, for the record.
Oh my god, yes, I know. It's like, it becomes your real priority in life, and you're like, oh my god, stupid class, getting in the way of the real purpose of my life. Stop it! Stop getting in the way of me reading meta and stuff.
But yeah, hey, for the late night party or whatever we're doing, we should like totally invite random Tumblr people to just come and rock out with us for a while.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So.
That would be super fun. I mean, we're always happy to have people here.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to move on because I totally missed a question. I think it was last week. Someone asked what's happening with the LGBT section of the website. We have most of it prepared, actually, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's in the works, guys. Mostly Mapal and me are responsible for it, and I just have so much exams going on right now. I wish I could just say screw everything and finish everything I'm doing with, like...
We're also giving Emmy a bit of a break, so...
Yeah. I could help you guys. I mean, I know a lot about LGBT stuff.
Yeah, you
I do say something.
Yeah, you can if you want. We've got, like, I don't know if anyone remembers, a while ago I asked for people's LGBT positive experiences with Destiel.
Experiences, yeah.
And that's already. I've got quite a few of those. And I think we're like putting a few meta and stuff in there. It's going to be cool. But we're just giving Emmy a break because Emmy just did months and months of hard work. So.
Oh man, she deserves like an award.
I know. She nearly had a mental breakdown. I was just like, you poor girl.
Oh my
sleep.
God. Yeah. She does so much blogging as well, and the conditions she had to work in, where her house basically got flooded.
Her house was flooded. The whole bottom floor was.
Yeah, and just
so bad.
She kept on coding in like either the next day or like in the next few days. She kept on coding and finished coding everything. I was like, oh my god.
We were meant to release on Valentine's Day, weren't we? And she was like, oh yeah, but I've got this really big house problem. And we was like, oh, we'll postpone it for a week. Don't worry, we'll postpone it. And then she's like, no, I think I can do it. I think I can do it for Valentine's Day. I'm just like, God, we'll just postpone it. It's not like the world.
Seriously.
Just take a break. It's just, So, yes, if anyone really wants someone great to follow, then you should go follow On a Melancholy Hill. Emmy.
Yeah, On a Melancholy Hill. Seriously.
I listened to that song earlier.
Down.
Great. So,
Amy's like a ray of sunshine. She's
amazing.
I mean, she's amazing.
And she's always so positive. She's just like...
Yeah, she's always so positive.
We're all like, oh, Destiel's not going to happen. Then she just comes in like, yes, it will.
Yes, it is.
I go to her blog whenever I get really, really paranoid about, like, Destiel not happening, and then I read some of the stuff that she writes, and I'm like, never mind, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had a Destiel crisis earlier. I was like, oh no, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Then I was scrolling down, and there's just a gif of, Dean praying, and just after he prayed, and he looks so lost and alone and sad, and I'm like, Destiel's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I mean, totally. I think someone talked about it on Tumblr, about the amount of narrative weight they're putting on Dean and Cass's storyline, where a significant part of it relies on the fact that they are more than friends.
Yeah.
I really think that it's all leading up to it, because it makes so much narrative sense, literally, because they need to give Dean another raison d'etre in form of Cass, and that requires Cass being more than just, a buddy.
Yeah. Oh, did you see I made a post a while ago, and I was like, what if, right, Cass is about to kill Dean, and then Dean, they look in each other's eyes, and then Dean says something, and then we get all these flashbacks of, like, we didn't know they'd been kissing and holding hands and stuff for this whole time, and it's just all these little flashbacks, and we're just like, oh, god damn it.
Oh gosh. I really don't think they would do this without showing us, though.
No,
I do think that they're kind of trying to build the narrative around Dean slowly being more and more okay with it and discovering himself.
Either way is awesome, though.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. As long as it happens, I don't care anymore. Oh, yeah. Veronica says, clip show. I know we're not doing any real spoilers, but just clip show's coming up, guys. That's promising.
Clip show? What's clip show? What is clip?
It's one of the episodes. I don't think it has Castiel in it. I think it might be episode 20 and Castiel's not back till 21. But it's basically, clip show means basically flashbacks. And the title of the episode.
Cry.
Yeah, it's going to be horrible. If the flashbacks in Man's Best Friend for Benefit is anything to go by, then we are all going to die. So.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
We're talking about Cass and how worried they are about him, and then we're going to get all these flashbacks about how Dean has always been able to help Cass, and how Cass has always been able to help Dean, and then next episode something really bad happens to Cass.
Oh, apparently it's episode 22. Episode 22, and Cass is in that. So. I'm not happy. Someone says they're going to clip Sam's hair. I mean, it's got to happen at some point.
Oh, guys, relax. It's supernatural. Everything hurts.
Yeah. He's going to end up a Wookiee soon, isn't he, though? I'm just waiting for him.
I really do wonder how weird it's going to be whenever Jared actually does cut his hair.
I mean, he must have it trimmed now and then, otherwise he would actually be a Wookiee by now. But I just want him to sit there and just go or something.
It would be so weird. Oh my god! Imagine a kind of scene circa Les Miserables where Sam gets his hair shaved.
Oh gosh.
Oh god!
It's like someone said, imagine Supernatural where everything's the same except Sam's bald.
I really don't think I'd like the show as much as I did without Sam's hair.
I know!
Definitely not! The fabulous hair is
He has these amazing moments, doesn't he, where he just flicks his head.
Yeah! The fabulous hair is like a separate character. They get so much character development every season! It's the only character with consistent character development that doesn't die!
Now you said that, he's probably going to end up getting his hair shaved off or something.
It's just, did you see the post that's going around? It says, so I heard you can tell which season of Supernatural it is because Sam gets sadder and more hairy as it goes on. I really don't want to watch the rest of Supernatural because I'm on season 1. He's already pretty sad and shaggy as it is.
I think Sam's hair is going to end up being the big bad.
Wait, if they're gonna seriously go about breaking everything and ruining everything, they're gonna be like, okay, what's the most evil thing we can do? What haven't we done yet? We have killed both their parents, we've killed all their friends, Dean's possible children. Okay, let's shave Sam's hair.
Hey guys, what if we have a Tribble episode where Sam's hair just becomes sentient? Multiplying.
Oh my gosh! So much to say. Oh my god.
In case any of you viewers thought we were serious, intellectual people, no.
I just got an image of just Dean holding this pile of hair because they've multiplied. He just wakes up with a bed full of them.
Oh my god. No, I had an image of Sam's hair communicating through raises on his head. Oh my god. It's just hilarious. Okay. It's like antennas.
I just have what if, have you guys ever watched Tremors?
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually the monsters get legs and they grow wings eventually, basically. Well, they don't grow wings, they become ass blasters, which is the greatest creation ever. What if Sam's hair starts multiplying like the graboids did, and then they start evolving? So they start getting little antennae and maybe little legs, but then they get wings and they're just flying around into people.
What does this podcast become?
I don't know. Hey, though, for anyone who hasn't watched Tremors, you should actually go watch Tremors because it's the best. Actually, there's 4 movies. And it's the best thing ever. Just for Bert.
Mhm.
Just for Bert. Bert is the best character. They should have Bert in Supernatural. They should do that.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just kill everything. Because he does. He just blows everything.
Hannah T says this is not Doctor Who. That does seem like something that would happen on Doctor Who, though.
It does. But Tribbles. Oh yeah. Did you guys know? Apparently, Misha said it gets better at a convention, and that's also been mentioned in a Supernatural episode. The It Gets Better campaign.
Oh wait, which
Misha said that?
Supernatural?
Yeah, Misha apparently said it at a convention. Apparently, it was something like Vegas Con. I think he said it at Vegas Con. Something like It Gets Better.
Ah.
I don't know. But yeah, also Sam said to Kevin that it gets better, and then Kevin's like,
Oh yeah,
I'm not gay.
he did.
Yeah. But that suggests maybe there's an LGBT thing happening around here. But
It would be awesome. The only negative thing that I associate with It Gets Better is that Dan Savage is so freaking biphobic.
But yeah, someone says it is in relation to Castiel's storyline, but it's a very interesting choice of words, actually.
Yeah.
It is. For Misha, because he does plan everything out before he says it. He doesn't say anything about sort of thinking about it. So, yeah, it's curious.
It's if you said that about Castiel's storyline, that it is extremely curious, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god! What if that's some sort of omen?
Yeah, I know.
What if he meant it? What if it gets better in that way?
God.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I'm gonna be thinking about that.
We might be thinking too much into this one.
Yeah, but it's a very very curious choice of words. But I really do want to ask someone. I want to ask Misha about Castiel's gender and sexuality. Someone's got an
it would
again.
be so awesome. I mean, guys, if we ever manage to get Misha here, we will ask him serious questions about this stuff.
Did you see I got slated the other day? Oh, I think it's you, Silven. You've got an echo, I think. There's an echo somewhere.
Huh?
Has it stopped? No, it's still going.
Really?
Someone's got an echo. Ah!
I have the sound off.
Okay.
Definitely.
No, someone's got an echo then.
It might be me.
No, it sounds like Silven because you just echoed again. So.
Seriously?
Oh.
Because I have the sound in the chat room off totally.
Do you have headphones in?
I don't have headphones today because nobody's home. But I mean, I could put them in.
Yeah,
Because like sometimes your mic will pick up stuff from the podcast.
Oh, that's
oh my god!
okay.
Like that?
Oh, I totally lost my train of thought now. Though. Oh, God.
Wouldn't be Profound Radio without technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're sorted now. That's it. We're sorted.
Hey.
What was I saying though? I was saying something. I've no idea.
Yeah. We were talking about it gets better, and then...
Oh, then yes, someone came into my inbox the other day. Because I posted a list of questions I would possibly ask if we had Jensen and Misha on. And they're like, no, I would never ask those questions. And I'm just like, why? Why wouldn't you ask if Dean is bisexual? It's just...
Yeah, it's ridiculous, because, I mean, I wrote a whole meta dealing with misconceptions, practically with misconceptions asking about bisexual Dean. That's what it was aimed at, mostly, and I mean, guys, come on. It's a question related only and only to Jensen's job. It's not a personal question in any possible way.
No.
It's an acting question. It's not a sex question. It's a question of how he acts.
Yeah, and if anyone knows, you know, if anyone knows Dean the best, it's Jensen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
and if anyone knows the best is Jensen, and it's actually an interesting question if you phrase it correctly, because yes, Jensen is very wary of his character getting objectified, and that makes a lot of sense because the guy's goddamn tired of it. But if you actually phrase it in a way that makes it obvious that you care about Dean's sexuality because of your personal relation to it, and not because you wanna know how he gets freaky.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually an interesting question, and I really there's this undertone that I can always feel with people who really oppose asking him about this, especially with straight people who oppose that. It's that it's supposed to offend him.
Yeah, the people think he's homophobic, and I really don't, because he played in a polyamorous relationship with another dude and a woman. So
yeah, and I mean,
wait, what is he? What?
People think Jensen's homophobic, but he was in Blonde playing a man in a three-way polyamorous relationship with another man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
there are questions.
Go, Shannon.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
Shannon,
just saying, I feel like if I ever got the chance to go up and ask Misha about Dean's sexuality, I would probably bring up how some of my actual friends, my real life friends, who think Dean is bisexual, have genuinely been able to accept themselves a lot more when they know that a character like that probably is too.
Yep. And I would say exactly.
I'd go into the question and start asking.
Yeah.
I would say exactly the same way. You know, if I ever asked Jensen about Dean's bisexuality, I would begin with the fact that I'm a closeted bisexual. I mean, when it comes to my parents, not to my friends. And right from season 1, I started identifying with Dean as another closeted bisexual, and it has helped me a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think that Jensen would ever be offended to hear something like this, because to hear something like this and be offended that someone interpreted your character like this because of this reason, you would have to be a legitimately big, huge asshole, and I never think of Jensen like that.
Yeah, and by the way, the other man in the relationship in Blonde was called Cass, which is hilarious.
It's fate.
Fate! And Veronica says, yes, that Jensen, whatever Jensen feels, he is a professional actor, and he can't, he has to sort of be serious about these things, and he can't really pass on his homophobia to his character. So
yeah. I mean, yeah, again, regardless of how he feels, because we really don't know that, and I try to presume minimum things. I just don't presume bad things, just because it really is unprofessional to, relate any kind of personal negative attitude towards anything to your job when you're just doing your job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really don't think Jensen could really feel negatively towards to the LGBT people and be friends with someone like Misha.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Misha, he's... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't he have an aunt who's married to a woman?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I'm pretty sure he does, and I mean... It doesn't mean we know his personal feelings, but, I would not suspect, at least for him to be purposely homophobic.
Mm.
Because there is a difference between, saying something because you didn't understand that you said something insensitive and being an asshole on purpose about these things.
Yeah. I just had an anonymous message saying, about the Blonde movie, wasn't it that Jensen's character wasn't with the guy but simply both with the girl, but they were both comfortable with each other in that relationship?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
This, officially, yeah, that's how it is, but honestly, I kind of accept that that's how it is, but I kind of get a lot of subtext from them, because they're so darn comfortable.
Yeah, it's
I don't mean that...
I watched a few clips and their hands brush constantly on her, so they're obviously quite comfortable with each other, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't that they had a sort of individually, like, I'm in a polyamorous relationship and I'm with one or the other, you know what I mean? They're with her at the same time, sort of like a threesome style thing, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's curious. I don't know. Anyway... We got so diverted there. I just wanted to cover a few of the... Well, we've got 2 projects that Profound Bond is doing at the minute. The first is Project Fantears, and that is the recording of reactions for episode 17.
Yeah, there's gonna be a certain scene that we've been promised.
Yeah. The crypt scene.
The crypt scene that should make everyone cry and completely lose their shit, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about letting you guys see my reactions.
I'm gonna scream.
I'm thinking of wearing a lot of makeup so that when I cry it all drips dramatically down my face.
I don't think you guys understand how into TV I get when I watch it. Like, it could be like some kind of little kid show and I'll get really into it. I'll start yelling and cussing at the screen. You can see the angry look on my face when something bad happens. I turn into it's weird how into it I get. I'm really afraid of y'all seeing it.
I can't remember I'm trying to find someone in the group's listening, so if someone in the group's listening, can you tell me what email address to send those videos to? But yeah, basically just record yourself reacting to 817, and there's going to be like a big mashup of videos of fan reactions. Yeah. It's going to be great.
How long should the videos be? Are we going to film our reaction to the entire episode, or just that one scene?
I think it's the crypt scene. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that scene, because if it would be the whole episode, it would be a lot of stuff if, a lot of people participated. It would just be a lot of video to watch.
But because you don't really know where the crypt scene is, if you've got the ability to clip your video down, film the whole thing, then clip your video down. Windows Movie Maker will do it. So...
Yep.
Some of us have Mac computers.
Well, tough. I don't know what software there is on Mac computers, so...
Well, yeah, iMovie will do that for you too, so don't worry.
I've never used movie before.
So, no one said anything yet. I don't know what email address it is. I'll search it out, I think. I can't remember. It's a pretty cool project, though. I think it was Erica. at profoundbond.com, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. Someone will tell me. Is anyone saying anything in the thingy? Yes, I am sassy. And the other project we have going is the tear-jerking SDL video.
Yeah.
Which is lovely, actually. Yeah, lots of tears. iMovie if you have Mac, apparently. There you go.
Yeah, iMovie will clip it down for you, just fine.
Yeah. Yes, Erica at profoundbond.com for the Project Fan Tears. So, record your reaction, especially to the crypt scene. If you have any more golden reactions through the episode, then obviously include those too, and we'll just have one big mashup of people screaming. And then,
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. And then email to Erica at profoundbond.com. Yes, the other one, tear-jerking SDL video, is I think we vaguely covered it last week, but it's a collection of 60 to 90 second clips of people saying what SDL means to them personally, or sort of how important it is to them, how it's changed their life, and so on. We've got quite a few already. I think we've got like 20 videos roughly already. We're doing quite well. We're going to do like a short video for the powers that be of the best clips, and then we're going to do a massive fandom video, which will probably be over an hour long at this rate.
Yeah. I still need to record mine. Oh jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, just 60 to 90 seconds. It can be shorter if you want. You can make it longer, and we'll clip it down. And yeah, it's all going to be put together, and it's going to be quite good, I think. Send those clips to Mapal at profoundbond.com. So that's that. Yes. So I really need a pee. Are you guys all right for 2 minutes?
Go take your time.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go take my.
Yeah, take your time.
I'll be back in a minute. You might want to go on to Dean and femininity, because I had an ask about this, and I thought you two might like it.
Yep.
Sort of how he would react. Well, the question was, how would he react if he was gender bent in Zachariah's universe? But
probably look at himself naked.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, I'll leave you to discuss that a minute, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
So back soon.
Yay! Profound Radio, the only podcast where we don't discriminate against peeing.
Yay! You are
Yay!
free to pee. Don't let anyone say.
Oh my god. We make really good motivational speakers.
Okay, so what was the question? Do you know?
It was about Dean and femininity and how Dean would react if he was gender bent in Zachariah's universe. And I think I've actually talked about this before. I have a really interesting comment to make about this, in regards to Dean's sexuality. It would get extremely interesting if he got gender bent at this point, because as someone, discovering your bisexuality or your homosexuality, or, another kind of queerness, there is a persistent question that society makes you ask, and it's, am I supposed to play the role of the opposite gender now? I mean, of the opposite sex, yeah. Am I supposed to play the role of the opposite sex now? And it's a question that I think Dean has asked himself, at least a bit, given that he is kind of discovering it. And I think that if that kind of got jump-started a little in the form of, Dean actually getting a female body, it would be really interesting, because I think Dean would really get into it without being afraid to kind of violate the alpha male, look. And of course, it's a silly thing. Naturally, you don't need to emulate the role of the opposite sex if you're queer. It's just something that society imposes on us because of the stereotypes that, lesbians are butch women and gays are effeminate men. But it would really be interesting, especially in connection with the fact that Dean actually has played the feminine role in the general narrative quite a lot, because Dean is the nurturer, Dean is pretty much Sam's mom, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way. Hi.
Oh,
hello!
How's it going? Are we good?
Good.
Good. I drank like 4 cans of Coke today and it's disastrous. It's fine.
I'd be kind of on the fence about Dean being gender bent, because I really don't trust the writers to take it as seriously as they probably should. I feel like they just make Dean sort of like Fred was in that movie Scooby-Doo, and he just like, yeah, I can look at myself naked or something like that. I feel like they'd use it mainly as a comedic vehicle, and they wouldn't actually explore anything, and that's what would really bug me if they gender bent Dean.
Yeah. Flightless ass, but yes, it was a fantastic pee. I feel so much better now. My thing, I really want to see a gender bent Dean because I want to see him flirt with a man and be comfortable with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, that's the only reason I really want to see it. But obviously, if they do a gender bent episode, it's going to be Sam that gets gender bent.
Yeah.
This is my pissed off Dean girl coming out now. I'm just like,
oh yeah, same.
God damn it.
And I mean,
yeah.
Didn't they actually mention something about Sam becoming a girl?
I think it was Adam
Where?
Glass. I think it was Adam Glass. It was one of the writers.
Adam.
Yeah, it was Adam Glass.
Yeah. And he said something about Sam being turned into a girl, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. He's got the myth arc. Why is he something else? Why can't Dean be a girl? Because that would be more hilarious, to be honest. So
it would not only be hilarious, it would also probably be, aside from the interesting thing with gender and sexuality, it could also be educational for Dean.
Yeah, it would be amazing. It'd be so much better and more interesting if Dean was the girl, because if Sam's the girl, he's just going to sort of accept it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Whereas
Sam
Dean
would be totally fine.
Yeah, Dean would just lift his top up, grab his boobs, then go flirt with a dude, and, I'm going to write a fanfic. It's just going to be Dean just grabs his boobs. I'm going to go flirt with some dudes.
I never actually complain when Dean doesn't get a myth arc, because Dean's always the one that gets the more emotional storylines.
Yeah, he does.
Same. I don't complain about Dean's arc not being myth-based as long as it's tangible and present enough next to Sam's arc. Not as in Sam has an arc and Dean is dragging after him, but as in they both have arcs,
It's why season 4 and 5 was so promising, then it fell sort of... I loved season 4 and 5, but then it sort of fell flat on its ass because they didn't do more with Michael. And they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to sort of conjure a vessel for him out of nowhere. It doesn't matter, Dean, sorry. I was like, oh, God. So...
And it really pisses me off that we didn't get to see Michael more as a character.
I wanted to see Michael Dean. I wanted to see Michael Dean. That would have been the most intense thing ever. Oh, and someone said, why not both with Dean flirting if he became a woman? And yes, I think Dean would quite easily flirt with both men and women if he was a woman for a day.
Yep, same.
Definitely. So,
what would you guys have done if it ended up being Lucifer Sam and Michael Dean fighting, but then both of them threw the key into the hole and they both jumped down into the cage together?
I would have been pleased with that.
Oh man. I don't know, honestly, because I don't feel that Sam and Dean's arcs always need to be symmetrical. That could have been good, but it really depends. I don't know. My attitude towards that depends on what they would do with it further.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Blue Box Parchment was saying that there's a meta somewhere on the difference between the genres that Sam and Dean are. I think it's like what Dean's the horror genre and Sam's something else, and how Dean's story is more interesting because it's the emotional story. But my issue is, like, I wouldn't mind Dean not having the myth arcs if he didn't immediately resort to being caretaker for Sam when Sam is involved in the myth arcs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be fine if Dean was also an independent character without a myth arc, not just Sam's caretaker without a myth arc. That's where
I feel like they are sort of straying away from that this season.
Yeah.
Like, Dean's not as much of a caretaker as he was. I mean, I'm a big brother, so I'm always going to be the caretaker to my little brother no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take care of him as much when he gets older, but I'm always going to want to take care of him.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously fair enough. You want to take... I mean, I don't, because I don't like my little brothers, but you always want to take care of them, but it goes too far when Dean is sort of willing to throw his own life away to save Sam, and Sam doesn't want to be saved, and then you're just like, Sam, just tell him the truth, and I just get pissed off with Sam because Dean puts his trust in Sam, and then Sam betrays it the next second, and I'm just like, fuck this.
Yeah, but I'm not pissed with Sam right now with not telling the truth about his coughing and stuff, because I do feel like Sam has a different reasoning for it this time, because it feels like, they're trying to overcome the caretaker thing, and Sam really knows that for Dean to be able to kind of let go of that, Sam needs to be able to do it on his own and succeed.
Yeah.
Like, just to be able to pull it off. Because I do think that the way parents need kids much more than kids need parents, as long as Dean is caretaker Dean, he needs Sam as a raison d'etre.
Yeah.
And if he stops being that, this is when he will actually get his own agenda. I mean, I don't mean completely stops being that, because yeah, of course he will always want to take care of Sam. I mean, this kind of way of, I don't need anything more, sacrifice myself, kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, my big issue is, I wouldn't mind so much if in the last episode they didn't have, like, Sam saying, oh, you only trust yourself and all this, and then at the end Dean's like, no, I trust you, and then Sam lies to him. I'm just like, it wouldn't have been so bad if they hadn't have had Sam basically lie to his face.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
Yeah, I get that.
It's like, he's actually putting trust in you, and you basically throw it back in his face, and I'm not okay with that, so...
Well, what else is he supposed to do, though? If Sam would have hinted to it or told him, then Dean would have gotten really, really protective, and he would have been like, no, you have to tell me, until Sam was forced to tell him, thus bringing back caretaker Dean, which is what Sam's trying to keep from happening.
I know, it's just still horrible, though. Like I said, I wouldn't have been, like, I'd have been fine with it if they hadn't have put all the trust lines in. It's the writer's fault for me, for putting the trust lines in and basically saying, oh wow, look, Dean trusts someone that he can't trust. And I'm just like, yes, but he can trust Sam, and Sam is doing it for Dean's good. But the writer makes it look otherwise.
I do think that Sam is not, like, successfully lying to Dean or anything, because Dean knows, and he did say in his prayer to Cass that, Sam's obviously hiding something.
Yeah.
So, like, he is aware.
Yeah. It's like everyone does lie to everyone. You are right, Lauren. Everyone lies to everyone, and it gets so frustrating. And like Dean lied to Sam about Amelia being in danger. I haven't actually seen that episode yet, but I see everyone just bashing Dean over it. Is it that bad?
Oh my god, no. Okay, Martin hit Dean over the head, knocked him out, and left him bleeding in a hotel room. Like, what are you even talking about? The fuck is Dean supposed to do?
Yeah.
Guys, everyone was being an ass to one another in that episode.
Yeah, seriously, I don't get why Dean's getting all the hate when Sam released borderline psychopathic Hunter to go and kill his best friend.
Yeah, it annoys the fuck out of me, because I just see all this Dean bashing, and I'm just like, he probably did it for a good reason. Everyone's like, oh, he's so manipulative, and he just lied to Sam. It's like, well, Sam lies to Dean every day, so see if I care. It's just...
I feel like they both deserve hate because what they did to each other was pretty bad, but and they both had good reasons.
Yeah.
This is me when I try to rationalize the fact that I'm a Sam guy and a Dean guy.
Yeah.
They both stabbed each other in the back, basically.
Yeah.
They both deserve the hate because they both screwed each other over.
But the thing is, like, Sam and Dean just like never tell each other what's happening, do they? It's just like...
Yeah. And at the same time, I mean, they did not screw each other over at the price of somebody else's well-being or anything like that. You know.
But yeah, that's one thing, actually. Like, everyone's bashing Dean over the text and the lying, but Sam's the one who slept with a demon, drank her blood, and lied to Dean for, like, 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, guys, there's always good reasons, like... Sam and Dean are both dudes with really strong moral compass. It's just not exactly the same moral compass, but I really don't think that... Yeah, they can be really dickish, but there's a difference between being dickish and legitimately doing something that is, just completely, what you would say, bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Oh, hang on, what's this? I'm just getting something up quick. But yeah, I am still, like, really sour over the Ruby thing. Like, with all that lying. I really don't understand. I mean, that was horrible. I don't understand why he lied, why he kept going behind Dean's back.
Well, you gotta think. What would you do if you found out that your little brother was drinking demon blood and sleeping with a demon who was one of the beings that killed your father? You wouldn't tell.
No. I still don't get why.
I wouldn't tell.
I just don't get why he did it in the first place. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Because he wanted to be stronger. He had no idea what he was supposed to do.
No.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing, and he did think that he would actually kill Lilith and stop the apocalypse like that.
But then I got really mad at him because he just wouldn't listen to Dean either. He wouldn't listen to Dean's warnings, and then sort of Dean ended up being right, and I'm just like, oh, you should listen because Dean isn't as stupid as people make him out to be. So.
Well, I've always gotten this sort of thing where Dean's always been in that caretaker role, but Sam's always tried to get out from under the caretaker role.
Yeah.
So I think part of the reason he doesn't tell Dean half the stuff is because he wants to take care of it by himself. He needs Dean to just back off and let him have his own life.
Exactly, and again, as I said, parents need kids more than kids need parents.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate fact, and how Dean acts towards Sam has a lot more to do with how it got jammed into his head during his upbringing.
Yes.
Sam didn't get the same thing, and Sam doesn't feel the same way about it, and it really... I do think that Sam really understands that it's an issue for Dean, and not something that, is any kind of advantage for him.
Yeah. So I was just checking the radio, so like people were saying we cut out, but we're not. Yeah, I don't know. All this caretaker stuff, I don't like it. But I did write a thing earlier about how Dean has been moulded to what John wanted him to be, which is basically a soldier who looks after Sam. And that's all he's known, isn't it? Since he carried his brother out of a fire, that is all he's known. So.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But yeah,
John Winchester was a grade A father.
I'm sorry, everyone's always like, oh, don't bash John. I don't like John Winchester. I never will.
I mean, liking or disliking John as a character doesn't have to do anything with the fact that he was not a good dad.
He was not.
You can like John as a character, and you can still admit that that was not a good upbringing.
It wasn't. No one can say that was a good upbringing. I mean, whether you like John or not, I personally don't. That was not a good upbringing. No one can say that.
I really don't. I don't hate John. I hate his parenting skills, but I don't hate John. I get bothered by John constantly because he did the one thing that Mary never wanted to happen. Mary left the hunting life to keep Sam and Dean out of it, and Sam and Dean ended up being basically the most cold-blooded hunters that have ever came out of hunting ever.
I mean,
it bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really, really bad for John, because obviously he went through a terrible thing, lost his soulmate pretty much, and was left with 2 boys, but he could have, just how he brought Dean up, being a Dean girl, I'm just like, you've destroyed someone who could have been a perfect person, basically, and I'm just like...
And yeah, it's very hard to be a Dean girl and feel good about Dean's upbringing.
No.
I mean, why should it be easy? It was a terrible upbringing.
Yeah, it's just, I don't hate John, for the record, I really don't like him. I'm sort of, like I say, I'm upset about how he brought Dean up, and sort of, obviously giving a gun to a 9-year-old was not a good idea, and, yeah.
And to carry on Wayward Archer, John may not have known, but that still doesn't mean that I can still be happy with him because of what he did to Dean. It's not just that he put them into the hunter life, even though Mary didn't want it. It's just that he willingly took his kids and put them in this life where they had no idea whether they were going to live to see the next day or not.
Yeah.
And he didn't take care of them, and he didn't try to comfort them. He left them for weeks at a time to where they were almost starving.
Did you read, there's a small meta going round about the Striga and how John used Dean and Sam as bait for it?
No, I haven't seen the meta.
I haven't seen that.
It's, right, because John was there, like, we flashed, like, Dean and Sam used the kid in the episode as bait for the Striga, and Dean's not happy about it. And we think, well, the person thinks, I agree, the reason is because they were used as bait. Because we flash back to, Dean goes out to play arcade games, and he comes back, and the Striga is attacking Sam. But John Winchester is through that door as fast as Dean was through the door when the kid was being attacked, which suggests that John was waiting for the Striga to attack.
It does, really.
Yeah.
That really does. I never thought of that.
And we said that obviously John didn't tell Dean and Sam that was what was happening, because Dean would never, ever have left Sam alone if he had known the Striga was going to come. So, yeah.
Oh gosh, for some reason that just gives me Soulless Sam vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does, though, yeah?
Yes, I can't like John. I don't hate him, but I can't like him. I really can't, because you don't use your kids as bait and give them a gun when they're 9 years old. You don't do it. So, yeah.
I don't think I could ever hate him, because in the end he did sacrifice his soul to save Dean. That's the only thing that's keeping me from really hating him.
Yes, same here. He did.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I really don't think that we have many characters in Supernatural who are either completely good or completely bad. So it's hard to, like, only just totally completely hate a character.
Although I just had a thought, if John knew the Striga was going to come after Sam and Dean, like, why did he basically tear a strip off Dean when he realised Dean had gone out?
Because he probably used it as a sort of a lesson thing to teach Dean, never leave Sammy unattended ever again, even though he kind of wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
That's something that...
Ever since then, I don't think Dean's ever got over that, has he? That's why he has this caretaker thing. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's just awful. And I mean, I do think that with these things, John really didn't realize what he was doing, because this happens just in real life. It happens a lot. Parents don't know what they're doing with their kids.
Yeah. It's like
in terms of upbringing.
Yeah.
A lot of your, average parents have no idea about the kind of trauma they can cause their children by doing the simplest things,
Yeah. But it's like Mitch just said that, John was on hellbent revenge for Mary, and it's like nothing would stop him getting that revenge, and he even used his own children, in the path of getting revenge, and that's just horrible, really. And just like how he disowned Sam, just because Sam wanted a real normal life. It's like, wow, wouldn't you want your kid to get out of that life?
Yeah.
Well, from John's standpoint, probably not. Because I feel like even though John was really bad to his kids really the last thing that he had of Mary. That's the thing. I kind of had this little headcanon that that's the reason he treated Sam and Dean so harshly.
Yeah.
He didn't see them as his kids. He saw them as sort of the last little thing he could hold on to for Mary. Mm. And that may not make too much sense, but it kind of does. If you really think about it.
RC just said that, people who have suffered abuse from their parents, for them John isn't excusable, and I know people who have suffered abuse from parents, and that's why I really don't like him. He isn't excusable to me. I don't hate him because I also know parents that couldn't help it, and maybe he couldn't help it, and I can't judge that, but I will never like him, and he is not excusable to me for what he did.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this is irrelevant to the fact whether you like or don't like John as a character. Mm. Because abuse is inexcusable either way. You can still appreciate his character. You can like him as long as you know what's problematic.
Yeah.
About his actions.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, RC says, John is a great character, but, you can't excuse his actions. I mean, yes, he was torn apart, but, I hate children. I actually loathe children, everything about them, but I would never ever treat a child like that. Mm. So
yeah, and the thing is, there is no need to excuse actions, as in the actions characters take in general don't always need to be excusable. There is such a thing in fiction as just a legitimate fuck up.
Yeah.
It just needs to stay a legitimate fuck up.
Yeah.
Because it is a fuck up, and that's it.
Yeah. So Veronica asked us if we could talk about the possibilities of canon SDO.
The possibilities as in general, or like
I don't know.
In the near future, or...
Well, I just want to say that I think we're going to get some sort of declaration by the end of season 8.
I don't know about that. For me, I feel like it's going to happen a little later. I feel like we're going to start getting more blatant hints towards the end of season 8, but I really don't think we're going to get any sort of actual declarations until probably sometime either halfway through season 9 or towards the end of season 9.
Yeah. I am all for them actually getting together as close to the end of the show. I mean, not as close as possible, but developing their relationship legitimately so that in the end they are endgame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do believe, and I would like very much if we got some sort of, not even a declaration necessarily, but some sort of sign that they're going there while still in season 8.
Yeah.
That is not an establishing of an actual romantic relationship, but that is some sort of sign that we're not being baited continuously.
Yeah, that's what I think we'll see, to be honest.
Yeah, because people have stressed enough about this, and I do think that there needs to be some sort of kind of sign, a way to show that, yes, that's what we're doing for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of middle ground. Yep, what were you saying?
Shannon.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
I was saying, I feel like for them it would be a really smart move to sort of make it more subtle until we got some confirmation for season 10, since season 10 is supposed to be the last season. That way it wouldn't really matter how many people would stop watching due to Destiel.
Yeah.
So then they could do a lot more with it towards the end.
Yeah, I would have no issues at all waiting till literally the last few episodes, because that way, if they're endgame, they can end happy and they stay together. And basically, the fate of Supernatural, which is everyone dies and everyone's miserable, won't affect their relationship, and I can die happy.
Stephanie says.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Shannon,
Veronica.
Mapal, and Silven. First Destiel kiss, soft and caressing, or desperate and needy. I'm on desperate and needy train.
Desperate and needy. Yes.
Desperate and needy. Yes.
Same.
And I see Veronica asking, this season, near future. This season, I say some sort of confirmation that they are going in that direction with their relationship.
I vote for Sam saying something to Dean, to be honest.
I do too.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then sort of a gradual build-up through season 9. If they do a season 10, I would expect them to do the relationship, because that would be their last season, I think, if they did 10.
Yeah.
I would expect them to do the full-blown relationship in season 10 when they don't give a shit about viewings. So...
Yeah. So, I mean, I really don't think that STL will be bad publicity for them.
No, but they are concerned.
Them to lose a lot of their normal fans.
Yeah. Obviously, they have a right to be nervous about doing.
Concerned, yes.
Yeah.
Concerned, yes, definitely. But I really don't think that the situation with these things is the same right now as it would have been a couple of years ago.
Mm. But there is still quite a strong male viewership, and obviously your Sam and Dean viewership that just want it to be the brothers. That is still quite strong. So they risk losing a lot of viewers with it. But
the more straight male viewership there is, the more I want them to rub it in people's face.
I know. Especially the ones that are watching it for the manly man shooting and killing and Dean being a badass, and I'm just like, you don't realise just what Dean is.
Yes, please.
No idea how much I can't wait for Destiel to become canon, so all like these hick viewers that we have down here in Tennessee can just be like, what is this? I can just be silently laughing like, gayness wins overall.
Oh god, I live for straight men being made uncomfortable with this stuff. I'm so not sorry.
Oh god.
Veronica brings up something else that's cool. I really do think a lot of more people will start watching when Destiel becomes canon, purely because it's a new sort of LGBT relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I started watching because I saw the possibility for an LGBT relationship, and I was like, damn, I want to be there when that happens. So
exactly the same thing. I started watching because I saw potential in Destiel. I don't watch shows that don't have LGBT characters, and I don't watch shows that don't have potential for this stuff, and Supernatural clearly does.
Yeah. And I've always said that if there's one team that can do it right, it's the Supernatural team, if they put their minds to it.
Yeah.
Because they are genius. So.
They can do anything.
Yeah. They can do these crazy episodes that make no sense and yet make sense in the end. So yeah, they can do anything if they put their mind to it and don't let bigoted homophobes get in the way. I'm looking at one certain person here. So
if/when they do it, I beg you, please let Edland do
that or Robbie Thompson, who is the rising star LGBT writer, and I love him to bits, and you're amazing. He's my new favourite.
Robbie
I love
Thompson
him.
Makes me happy.
He makes me very happy. He
makes me so happy.
He replied to my tweet, and he's so sweet.
He's so sweet.
I was just like, thank you for Charlie, she's an amazing LGBT character, and he's like, thank you for the lovely tweet, and I'm like, you're so sweet. I just want to hug you.
I want to have him on the show. Can we get him on the show?
I really want him on the show.
Oh, please. Oh my god. Rob them for Profound Radio.
Yes.
We should start a campaign.
Yeah.
Our campaigns always get a lot of, they always get a lot of momentum, so we should probably try it.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, but I do think that we need to, do this for a little while longer.
Mm-hmm.
We should get some bigger fandom people into here first.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that should be fun.
But I did email about having Misha on, because I know it's going to take ages to get it sorted, so I'm jumping on the train early. So I'm
actually a good idea.
Yeah. So
yeah, someone Someone sent me an extremely nice message about us having Misha on and how we could someday and how we could totally be able to handle it. And again, thank you.
Yeah.
That was really, really nice of you.
I love confidence boosting. It's great.
Yes.
So, confidence.
Yeah. So we are. Yes, we are about 6 minutes away from the end, and you almost didn't have a new chapter of Hunting Husbands today, but then I did write it. I did manage to do it, so.
Yes.
So I probably should get on with this, shouldn't I? It's a sweet one. It's a honeymoon episode. Hang on.
Aww.
Yeah, it's really cute. Right, do we have anything else we would like to discuss before I launch into this week's chapter of Hunting Husbands?
I do not think so.
You do not think so?
I do think we're right about done.
Yes. So, yeah, can I just say no Klondike bar shit in the future? I agree with Lauren. Just don't. At conventions, don't. It's the most.
Just don't.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Right, so, chapter 3 of Hunting Husbands. Are we sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Yes.
We're lying comfortably.
I've got Caleb blocked so he doesn't try to make me laugh.
Right, okay. So here we go. Chapter 3 of Hunting Husbands. I get really nervous when I start these. Someone else should have a go one week. Really should.
I could.
Yeah, you could. We'll do that next week. Right. Dean woke to a light weight across his hips and the scent of coffee swimming into his brain. He let out a soft moan as he stirred and stretched, rolling his hips up against the body on top of him. "You better never put a weight on, you big lump," he grumbled, smiling as he heard the rough chuckle above him. "I'm an angel. I don't gain weight," he said simply before Dean felt warm lips on his. He still had his eyes closed, enjoying the warm, fuzzy sensation of the body above him, the cool linen sheets against his bare skin, and the soft mouth on his. If he could choose a moment of perfection in his life, it would be hard to choose between this and marrying the love of his life in heaven. "Do I smell coffee?" he mumbled against Castiel's lips, reaching out to find the familiar jut of Castiel's hips under his soft sweatpants, the smooth bare skin of his torso. The angel hummed gently and drew away, and Dean instantly missed his warm lips and intoxicating taste. "I thought you'd like some. The kitchen is miraculously well stocked." Dean felt warmth creeping into his body as he listened to the gentle rumble of the angel's voice. It was like it sank right past his skin and into his bones, settling down somewhere beyond his heart and right into his soul. He opened his eyes reluctantly as Castiel poked him in the chest. "Here, before it goes cold," he muttered. Dean sighed as he took the sight of the angel in his lap, holding the steaming mug, one eyebrow raised as he waited for Dean to move. Dean let out a long breath as he gently moved up, so he was sitting, Castiel still in his lap. They both shuffled until Dean's back was against the wall. Dean crossed his legs, and Castiel sat neatly on them, offering Dean the mug. "When did you become all domesticated, anyway? I thought I married a feral angel," Dean said with a teasing smirk as he took the coffee and inhaled the scent for a moment before taking a sip. Castiel grinned and played with the edge of the sheet that just covered Dean up, teasing the tops of his hips in a way that would eventually drive the angel mad. "Well, it's our honeymoon, and I thought I'd do something nice for you. Don't get used to it," Castiel warned with a gentle prod to Dean's stomach. The hunter swatted him away and snorted with a small laugh. Things had been different since the wedding, but in a good way. They were closer, their moods bouncing off each other easily. God had bound them together at their very cores, and it was taking some getting used to. Dean could feel the amusement and joy from Castiel tickling the edges of something deep down inside him. It was wise not to get Dean started on the difference soul bonding had on sex, too. You sure I can't get used to this?" "That depends," Castiel quirked one eyebrow, and then gently pushed his hips down against Dean's. The hunter's laugh turned into a breathy groan, and he reached out one hand to stop the angel's hips moving. "I think I need some recovery time," Dean muttered, looking at Castiel through his lashes as he took another sip of his coffee. Castiel whined in protest and leaned forward to press a kiss to Dean's collarbone. "I'll go under," the angel protested quietly. Dean laughed and curled one arm around Castiel's shoulder, leaning over to put his cup down on the bedside table. "Well, someone's definitely eager then," Dean said against the angel's hair. It was a rarity for Castiel to be the one taking it, not that Dean was complaining. It worked well for him that way. He had never thought it really would work that way, but it did, and it worked damn well. Sure enough, Castiel was finally fed up with the sheet that was draped loosely over Dean's hips, and he was slowly pulling it down. Dean mowed gently and tried to stop the onslaught of advances. Jesus, Cass, at least let me have a shower. It's downright unpleasant, he murmured, drawing an exasperated sigh from the angel. Fine, he said as he sat back, his face suddenly lighting up. Dean rolled his eyes, knowing what was coming next even before it escaped the angel's lips. I'll come with you. Dean let a small growl escape him as he bucked his hips and unseated Castiel. The angel laughed and scrambled off the bed, receiving a quick slap to his ass before Dean was on his tail all the way to the bathroom. Dean wondered if honeymoons were normally 80% sex. Then again, he was never one for being normal. Done. This is going to kill my voice if I have to do this every week.
We should switch, like, between all three of us.
Yeah.
One week one of us should do a chapter, the next week the other, and then so on and so forth.
Yes, we should, because I'm getting really... My voice is gone.
No, I'm okay with this. I mean, if anyone would like the reading with my weird accent.
Yeah, you'd be fine. Flightless ass-butts, I don't have parents living with me, so I don't care. I could read out the most graphic porn ever, and no one would care. So
yeah, and my mom isn't really fluent nearly enough to actually understand what I'm saying if I read it, so.
My parents just don't listen.
No. That's good. So, anyway, I'm so tired now, and I do believe we are at the end of our show. Oh. Aww. That went fast.
It did.
It did. But we do have a guest on next week. I'm not sure who it is, but we do have someone on. I say I'm not sure who it is because I have someone waiting to come on, but someone who I'm waiting to confirm to come on, and we have a backup, and it's really confusing. But there will be someone with us next week. So
yep.
So yeah, it's lovely talking to you again. It's like the highlight of my week.
It is the highlight of my weeks.
So yeah.
Totally.
So yes, everyone, do not forget to vote on the E-Online poll so we don't fall flat on our asses.
Yep.
And we can
Come on,
vote.
We're just to go. We don't lose.
Yes. We can't lose. We're like the best fandom ever. So.
We need to give a speech like Dean.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
They can take our life, but they cannot take our voting.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm tired now. I'm tired. Guys, the link is on the welcome screen thingy in the bottom left corner if you want it. You have to type it, but it's there. So yes, thank you everyone for coming. It's been a great week full of triple hair and everything else. And
yep.
We shall see you again next week. So bye guys.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in.